Hey everybody, how's it going? Let's continue the stuff here. Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Probably the best one since the first one. Well, it is the best one other than the first one. The other ones kind of suck. I really like this one. I wish it would have went for more of this anthology kind of series than just like the whole, you know, try-hard slasher series that it became. I'm not gonna lie, I do have 4 and 5, but that's only because they were $5. So I said, why not? This is where it's at though, right here. Season of the Witch. I wish I had Season of the Witch, the Romero film, but I don't have that. I'm gonna get that soon though. Next is Halloween 4 and 5. These are not bad, but they do kind of suck. I enjoy them enough. I'm not gonna lie. They're fairly enjoyable, but they could have been so much better. That's the problem with slasher movies. They just, you drag them on too long, they just wind up sucking. After Dark Horror Fest, the Hamiltons. This is one of my favorites of the After Dark Horror Fest films. The endings is supposed to be a twist, so I'm not going to give it away. It's a pretty good movie, and I enjoyed it a lot. I'm not going to say much about it, because if I say too much, I'm going to give too much away, and then people just get annoyed, and people will be like, why'd you give all that away? And I'll be like, well, I'm sorry, but if I don't give enough away, people will be like, why don't you say more about it? But, you know, this is I'm just showing my collection here. Happy Birthday to Me, and the only reason I knew about this is from Ryan 1988, and this is an awesome movie. It's from the producers of My Bloody Valentine and the director of Cape Fear. I know that because it's on the back. This is an awesome movie. It's surreal, it's bizarre, and it's pretty good. And the ending's a big twist too, and I like the ending a lot. It's kind of a psychological kind of horror movie. Hard Candy. It's pretty good. I like it a lot. Ellen Page does a good job. Patrick Wilson, who was later seen it as Night Owl and Watchmen. This is an awesome movie. I liked it a lot. This and 30 Days of Night are his best films. I know he did Eclipse, and that's just wasted talent, I think. But you know, you gotta make money somehow, so I'm not gonna blame him. The Haunting, the original version, which is the first film adaptation of The Haunting of Hill House. This is a good movie. It actually was pretty scary. I like these haunted house kind of movies. They're always a lot of fun to watch. This is one of my favorites of the haunted house kinds of movies. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it, but don't mix it up with the crappy remake with Owen Wilson. Oh, this next one is off the wall, just classic. Clive Barker's Hellraiser, based off of his novella The Hellbound Heart. This is awesome. I love this movie. Like, I can't tell you how awesome this movie is. Oh man, if you haven't seen Hellraiser, then you really gotta get on the bounce with that, because Hellraiser is just the stuff. That's where it's at. Hellraiser 1, 2, and 3. Even though I only have 1, 2 I don't feel like buying, because the only edition they have out now is $20, and like I said, I don't spend $20 for movies. And part 3 is out of print, so I can't get that, and the rest of them just suck. The Hills Have Eyes unrated. I want to get the original one, but they never had it in any of the film stores that I went to, and I'm not just saying that. I'm literally meaning that in every honest sense of the term. And I don't like buying movies offline that much. You know, I'm probably gonna have to get the original version of this. I have seen the original one. I used to have it on tape, but a lot of my tapes either got busted or stolen. And this is actually a very solid remake. It's very solid. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it yet, then you're out of the loop. I used to not like it, but then I had to rewatch it. I was like, oh, it's a good movie. Next is The Host, the 2-disc edition. A knockout monster movie, one hell of a monster movie. On par with Jaws, one of the greatest monster movies ever made. I'm not going to say it's on par with Jaws, but I am going to say it's pretty awesome. It's like a horror, drama, comedy kind of movie. It has some political elements into it. It's not that hard to see. It's you have to pay attention to see the political elements in it, but you also don't have to. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend it, but don't watch it dubbed, to watch it with the subtitles. Hostel by Eli Roth. This is okay. I liked it. Eli Roth isn't that great of a director, but he does know how to make some good gore. That's all I can say. Same thing with Hostel Part 2. He's not a good director, but he knows how to make some good gore. And I did think that the beginning of this movie really was entirely pointless. If you've seen it, then you know what I mean by it was entirely pointless. Horror of Dracula. This was also in that four Hammer favorites or whatever it's called by Warner Brothers. I already talked about this before. It's a pretty good movie. It's one of the better examples of the vampire genre. I recommend it, and Christopher Lee's awesome. House of Wax. This comes with two movies, House of Wax and the Mystery of the Wax Museum. Both of them are really good. I do not have the remake because I've seen it before and it sucked. So I recommend checking that out because it's just awesome. The Howling. I like the way the werewolves look in this. They look really cool. It's not as good as American Werewolf in London, but it is pretty good nonetheless. I want to get The Howling too. I've seen it before, and unless you know who this guy is, you wouldn't respect it. I'm not telling the guy who made The Howling. I'm saying the actor in The Howling Part 2, Reb Brown. If you know that name, then you know everything. I Spit on Your Grave. Good movie. This is pretty disturbing. Like, the rape scene's probably a half hour long, and when she kills all the guys, it's in a really disturbing fashion. But I don't care because, like, you know, she deserves to do that to them because, you know, they're getting what's coming to them. It's a good horror film. I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it yet. Next is one that I'm pretty sure The Chosen One thought he was the only one who had this. Well, this edition of it anyway. And it's the Itchy the Killer Blood Bag edition. Yeah, I got the blood bag. I got the blood pack. Yeah, you know, I see what's up. I'm seeing what's up. Beat that, The Chosen One. You're not the one with the blood bag? What? This is an awesome movie. I like the gore. I like the splatter. I like the torture scenes. It's a very surreal movie. It's like a cartoon movie, but that's because it's supposed to be because it's based off of the manga series, based off the manga by the same name. And I like playing with the blood so much. I know it doesn't go anywhere like the Saw disc does. The only reason I know that there's a Saw blood pack is because my friend has it. I don't own the Saw blood pack because I don't want to buy it. But yeah, here's another movie by the same guy, Takashi Miike, Imprint. This is a pretty disturbing movie, like the part with the nails and the lips. I'm not gonna give a lot away, but if you've seen that, then you know what I'm talking about. That's one of the few like Masters of Horror episodes I actually like. Next is the Dario Argento film Inferno, the second of the Three Mothers trilogy. This is all in alphabetical order, so that's why Suspiria isn't first. Inferno. This is pretty good. I didn't like it. This is my least favorite of the three movies. It runs Suspiria, Mother of Tears, and then this one. It's a pretty good. I recommend it if you're a fan of Dario Argento, but if you're not, I wouldn't recommend it too much. The Insatiable. I saw this once. It's okay. It's an independent direct-to-DVD film, so you can't really expect much of it. But it's not terrible. It's alright. I'm just gonna give it that. It's okay. Alright, now this movie is just awesome. And if you don't like this movie, then you suck. Jack Brooks' Monster Slayer. Now this movie is just freaking insanely awesome. This is like the definition of awesome movies. Robert Englund's in it. He actually has a role in this. The lead character is absolutely off the wall insane, and he is the man. This has good gore. The end scene is where it really becomes more of a horror movie. Like, there is some horror moments in the beginning and like through the middle. But like the main part of it is at the end. This is like a good homage to old 80s movies. This is an awesome movie. There's no CGI in it, I don't think anyway. I recommend it. Check it out. Be back in a minute.